You can't really have another first.
Is it really the same?
Exactly. But you had to be there, right?
Dang, yeah. Who else is 7 foot tall going to watch Hamilton? We're missing out on a lot of life. Maybe it was related.
Into the sun, and there's a driver now exactly lying.
Maybe whoever made this.
Yeah. You put a Tesla on a rock, and then
A rocket, and then inside the Tesla was like a little mannequin.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure that's the reference.
They must have been referencing that. I'm just ignorant.
No, that's hilarious.
So anyway,
Nice.
is that what we're going to talk about
that's
today?
not what we're talking about today. No. What's up, everyone?
Hello.
Andrew here.
Nathan here. We are cooking up as always in this kitchen.
Yes.
That is now a dining table.
We're gonna actually talk at a table
Yes,
and
we'll see.
trying things out here. This is our first time after a first set of episodes, and
Yes.
yeah, I got something we want to talk about today.
All right, what do you got for us, Andrew?
Okay, so last time we left off this idea of like capturing.
Capturing, okay.
I think we were talking about like how to capture something, and that's how you create something.
Yeah, we were talking about creating.
Yeah.
And that's in a way capturing like a moment or something. Like
exactly.
That. Yeah, for sure.
Well,
for sure.
I wanted to talk about capturing something with a camera.
Okay, getting really specific.
Really
Photography.
specific.
Okay.
It could be camera, like video. It could be photography, but just the idea of capturing something. And I want to talk about it because a couple years ago, I remember this weird feeling I had where, okay, so I didn't buy tickets. I won tickets to go see Hamilton the musical live in person, SF. It was because I answered the question, who is the author of the autobiography for that Hamilton is based on? Answer is Ron Chernow. Anyway.
And you actually won.
I actually won. Me and some other people.
I don't think
at
I've
the
ever
company.
heard of anyone actually winning something.
I was very surprised I won, to be honest.
And that's pretty amazing because that's like your favorite musical ever, right?
I think of all the people who won, I might have known it the best. Not even just bragging. It's
No. Andrew, like, don't you like straight up know every line?
I do. I really like it.
I do.
There's a lot of themes in it. I don't want to,
Well, maybe we'll do a podcast
light
on
flex,
Hamilton.
Anyway, so
you won
I was
tickets.
there, right? I was there at the theater, and I was there like on the upper deck, just looking at the crowd before the show even started. And all of a sudden, I see all these people pull out their phones, turn it on, and start like recording people in the audience. And I was like, people in the audience, what's going on there? And I looked at it, and it was the Golden State Warriors.
Oh,
It was
the
Kevin
Warriors were
Durant.
there?
Some of them. It was Kevin Durant. It was Draymond Green and some other people that I don't quite remember.
The more refined taste of the Warriors.
Sure. Yeah. But yeah, so they were all taking out their phones to record like the Warriors who were here at these seats during like the pre-show, which I think is the tickets that I got. And I was like, maybe I should do the same. But then I thought to myself, wait, but there's no way like my photo like that I'm going to take right now is going to capture this moment that I'm feeling of seeing these Warrior players in person. So I was like, all right, whatever. I'm not going to bother.
Yeah, you'll just enjoy it.
You just got to be there.
Okay,
like,
for sure.
For the moment. You can't really like capture it with a screen. And that's what I want to talk about today.
Okay.
Like, what is it about the real thing compared to like the photo or the video that you take after? Like, what's the difference between the two? And why is it that it's so hard to just be like, yeah, this is an exact representation of the real thing.
For
Why
sure.
do we use that phrase like you had to be there? I think that's kind of what I want to talk about. Yeah.
Dang, dude. Yeah, because what you mentioned is a very common experience, I think, where something's happening, and nowadays, like, literally everyone's just...
Yes!
Like, you see waves of people, like, pulling out their phones to capture
I want to
it.
film the people waving their phones, not so much what they're filming either.
Yeah, it's a little phenomenon.
For sure.
It's... Yeah, I mean, you could say social media is part of it, right? Because everyone wants to be able to say that they were there and prove that they were there.
Yeah.
But yeah, you mentioned something really interesting, right? It's like, why not just like enjoy it?
Yeah.
Because when you're also worried about like capturing it to, I don't know, whatever your reason is, whether it is to show off or you just want to capture it.
Yeah.
Like you're focused on your little screen. You're focused on, is it looking good?
Yeah. Is the lighting good?
Yeah, is it going to actually show up? Is it going to be captured well?
What if someone like comes into my shot, right?
And then like you're totally missing whatever's going on.
Like I was just marveling at the fact I'm in the same building as like Kevin Durant right now. And he had a hoodie on, but you can tell it's Kevin Durant. Like who else is
7 foot tall going to watch Hamilton?
Yeah.
For sure. Interesting. So when you mentioned that, so that makes me think of when I'm always busy trying to capture things because for better or for worse, I'm often actually taking photos or videos of things.
Yeah.
So
Thank you for that, by the way.
yeah.
Someone's got to do it.
Yes. So yeah, just a side note, like one of the things I do for one of the groups we volunteer at is to kind of capture the moments.
Yes.
Because it's useful to, make, I don't know, memories, videos, ways to look back on it. But it is also kind of stressful.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because I'm just worried
get the
about,
right shot. Right?
Yeah, I want it to look good. I'm thinking about, we're gonna make a little video to remember this. Like if it's an event, like this thing that we're doing.
Yeah.
So I want to like get shots that look good. I don't want like the backs of people.
Yeah.
I don't want people like putting food in their mouth because that actually looks horrible, and stuff like that. And so I'm totally not enjoying whatever's actually going on. That's why we have to assign like me to do it.
Right.
Because otherwise, like I'm gonna forget.
Yeah.
Or like I need to be thinking about.
They just got to take the hit. That one person can't be in the moment.
And like if you go to like a professional thing or something like at that theater, I'm sure there's people who's getting paid to properly capture it, and they're not like the camera guy that's recording Hamilton, so we can all watch it on Disney Plus. Yeah, they're not like singing along while they're going. Yeah, they're totally focused on it. And now that we, as I kind of talked about in our creating video, like now that there's been a democratization of accessibility to cameras and stuff.
iPhones, everybody, Androids, everybody.
Everyone has taken it upon themselves to be the camera guy because now they have their own little their own reel online, right?
I didn't think about that. Yeah.
It's almost like we all have our own thing online where this is my life. I got to make sure it looks good for everyone.
Yeah.
And so, when you mentioned that, I'm just thinking about all the times, I have not been able to just sit there and like enjoy or like actually like observe, even take it in.
Yeah.
So you and I, we're both parents. We've kind of mentioned it a couple of times. So one thing when you have a kid nowadays is you have to be constantly taking pictures. Right?
My iCloud album is totally full. I need to actually clear some space.
Yes,
it's slowing down my phone.
You need to delete
That's how
the
bad
duplicates
it is right
now.
Yeah.
No, that is like totally a thing. I thought when I was getting ready to have a kid, I was like, I mean, we'll take pictures, we'll mark every month or whatever. But I did not realize just how constant it would be. Like, it's a new thing. Oh, it's a new
like
new
they
outfit.
rolled over again.
We got to get it on video.
It's the second time they laughed or whatever.
And like, especially now like with grandparents, right? They're always asking.
They are. Yeah.
Like, we're waiting for some new pictures and stuff. And since my daughter has gotten older now, we're doing it a little less often. Sure. And so definitely when we call my mom, she's like, we're waiting because they're watching like the online album now. Now it's so easy to share. Yeah. You just wait online and send a notification when there's a new picture.
Yes.
And so she's often telling me, we're waiting for another picture, another video. I'm like, oh shoot, sorry, I haven't taken one in a couple weeks.
For sure.
And so that totally matches this theme, right?
Yeah.
Where like we're raising children, and since we're so busy like trying to remember it or get other people to enjoy it too, we ourselves are totally missing out.
Right.
Kind of.
It's like a different way of experiencing your kid, where instead of just trying to capture those moments, you actually are with them in those moments.
Yeah. It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
When you step back and think about it, right? Because now we're missing out on a lot of life.
Am I with my kid or am I with my phone?
Yeah. And like, not to say like, stop taking pictures of your kid, because like 10 years from now, I'm going to be really thankful I have so much stuff.
For sure.
Yeah. I can make all the scrapbooks, all the albums, all the gifts for grandma. And that'll be great.
If I ever look back on it. If I ever like look back on, was it moments from the years or whatever?
Yes. And my phone is always telling me, hey, remember this? I'm like, oh, thank you. That happened a year ago.
Yeah.
But at the same time now, those moments, those experiences in the moment have changed now because it's just so easy to, and we have this nagging kind of desire to like capture things.
Well, so stepping back then, why do we have that desire? Like, okay, so let's take your kid.
Yeah.
Like those moments that you're capturing, they probably are like the first time that they walk or something like that, right? You can't really have another first.
That is true. You can't have another first.
Yeah. So there's like a time basis to it where, I want to capture like the first instance of something
for sure.
that won't ever happen again. There's something rare about it, something worth like capturing because you won't be able to get it another time.
So that kind of relates to our other talk.
You said it,
uniqueness, extraordinary things.
Exactly.
So uniqueness has to do something about it, right?
Right. So like when I was at Hamilton, I saw these Warrior players there. They're not going to be there next time. But that's why everyone's filling out their phone. I'm not going to see them on an ordinary basis. It's not like I have Kevin Durant in my phone or whatever, right? So then that's their reasoning. But it's interesting because then it's like, if you're the kind of person who takes all these photos and captures those moments, then it's almost like you're trying to pull whatever like moment you have back into some storage bank that you hope will last long enough for you to go back and look at it and somehow have the time and the energy to be like, oh yeah, this happened and this happened.
Yeah,
and this happened,
I think what you're kind of saying is like,
Yeah.
we think we can make that first happen over and over and over again.
Exactly.
That unique event can now be not unique because I can just look at it whenever I want. I can hit replay.
But you had to be there, right?
But the thing is, But the question is it really the same?
Exactly. Does it somehow dilute itself after, I don't know, however many decades you are after like looking at it?
Yes. And I mean,
or does it grow even stronger?
Yeah, I think that's an interesting discussion. Like, I don't want to outright say like, oh yeah, capturing it, you're totally missing out. Yeah. Because like, talking about kids, like, I can kind of look at those pictures and videos over and over again, like not at once, but every like month or so, I do like to go back and look at the pictures from a year ago. Yeah. What did she look like a year ago? Yeah. But at the same time, it's not the same when you look at those pictures. It's kind of like, half of me is thinking, oh gosh, it's a lot smaller than I remember. It's kind of blurry. Yeah. Oh gosh, the sound is not good. But maybe that's just me because I'm very technical like that. But so there is like an advantage of, we are able to pull the past into the present again. But is that worth the cost of the present being, or the past moment not being as like precious or enjoyed?
For sure.
So I don't know. What do you think?
I wouldn't even think about that. I was thinking more like, man, what if as those things are happening, as I'm taking photos, like, what if what I'm really trying to do is capture a moment that can't ever be repeated, but I really want more of this feeling that I get from these sort of things, like from my daughter rolling over for the first time or whatever. I want to relive that moment, that experience.
Yes.
So then I'm trying to take whatever feeling I had in that moment, and hopefully 10 years down the line, I look back on it and I'm like, oh, this is so awesome. Or maybe it's even more awesome knowing all the things in between. So I don't know. It's almost like the act of capturing something adds more value.
That's true. There's an aspect
than what it is I'm actually capturing. And I think that's kind of cool.
That's true. In some cases, you are able to look back on the totality of all that. For example, your child has gone through this in a year, for example. Yeah. And that's a really awesome thing to be able to look back at. Yes. And like, because all you're gonna forget it all.
It's true. It's true.
As important as it is to live in the moment, moments go by real fast, and we easily forget them. Which is maybe that's a whole nother podcast right there. Why do we forget?
That's a whole like stop and smell the roses kind of podcast. But
as much as you may say enjoy it, smell those roses. Yeah. I don't remember what roses smell like the next day.
You don't.
So is it really valuable to stop and smell?
So first thing is to note is that we're forgetful, right? Like we need those sort of reminders. And second is how are you ever going to have the time to go back and actually like smell those roses if there's still life going on? Like who has time? Unless, it's like a specific time where you're looking back like birthdays or whatever. Sure. It's hard to find that time to capture exactly those experiences again because frankly, who's got time to capture this when you got to capture this? So then it's like, we want more time. It goes back to time.
Dang, all our episodes are connecting together.
It kind of does. I just thought it was cool. But
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And then, go ahead.
No. You.
And then you think about what a photograph is. It's literally like a frame or like a square. Yes. You're trying to capture something that's in the frame for that particular time period. Yes. So, someone once said it this way. I think it was like a YouTube video or so. I was like, you're trying to hit pause on a world stuck on play.
Dang.
That is so good.
That's deep.
If someone knows where that's from, hit it up in the comments. Yes.
But okay, so just to repeat it, we're hitting pause on a world that's stuck on play.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
Exactly. So then every time you're taking a photo, taking a video, you're trying to capture something that will never be repeated. You're trying to pause that moment and take it in because you know that right afterwards, all this other stuff's going to happen and that moment won't last.
Yeah. It's like, we know that moments are fleeting.
Yes.
And as much as often we say, enjoy the moment. Yeah. We don't want to lose that.
Yeah.
We don't want to lose that. So we do whatever we can to capture and to save and to replay.
That I think is creating.
Dang. Okay.
Going back to creating.
Yeah, for sure.
We're trying to capture something and then order, like kind of like chaos, turning whatever it is and capturing into some frame that's understandable, that can be contained, so that you can appreciate it and call it something like, oh, this is worthy of looking back on.
Dang.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if maybe I'm jumping the gun here, but that makes me think like, why?
Why?
why are we like this?
Why do we want to create? Yeah.
Why do we want to replay those moments so much? Like why, like you were saying, like there's something about it. It's like, oh yeah, this is so awesome.
Yeah.
But I know tomorrow it's going to be kind of dull and mundane. Yeah. So I want to get that back.
Yeah.
And like, are we just bored in life, or is there something? Yeah. Why are we? Why do we want this?
So I don't know, but I got this idea from a book I read called Camera Lucida.
Okay.
Old book. Wow. But it comes from the idea. Well, someone can give the actual definition of what Camera Lucida is, but the book itself is a memoir to his mom who passed away.
Okay.
And there's this in my English discussion classes. We talk about how, in some ways, this entire book is a way to capture some idea, some memory he has of his mother, who's no longer here. So then that's the idea. Like, not only is it about photography and about cameras, it's about like capturing. And
we can capture in many ways.
Exactly. Because, the world is stuck on play.
Yeah. The same reason someone would write a memoir is the same reason someone would flip out their camera to capture an NBA player in an auditorium.
Moments are fleeting. Yeah, you never know when you'll see it again.
And for whatever reason, we really want to hold on to those.
Right.
It's like we want life to be constantly like exciting or like full of these like once in a lifetime moments. Even though like by definition, then it won't be once in a lifetime anymore.
That's a good way to put it. I never thought about that. If everything's once in a lifetime, then nothing is once in a lifetime.
So part of me is like, are we kind of like trying to ruin what is special about these moments? But
so I think, actually you put it this way, I think it'll inevitably lead to ruin if what you do is chase after those moments in and of itself. Which I think also shows that we were made for something extraordinary, right? But it seems as if the life that we have doesn't quite match what we really long for.
Yeah. So like we as people, perhaps we were made or we are meant for something greater.
Yeah.
And like we're doing our best to get that.
Yeah.
But so often when we manually like try to do that artificially, it turns into Instagram.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
And like where people are just stressed out, trying to make their lives look awesome.
Right.
All the twisting of what a good thing is, right?
Sure.
Capturing awesome moments and turning it into a way to show off.
Which is a good point, because then, it's like you don't have the candid moments. You take photos of the really nice special moments.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that you post. And, sometimes people post like the candid ones, but it's almost like that's a new form of like capturing.
Be real.
Be real. Exactly.
It's like new now. As we push against this making life seem so awesome.
Right.
But why did we want to make life
in the
awesome
first place?
In the first place.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And that is food for thought right there.
Yeah. We could go longer, but I think we can leave it at that for now.
Yeah, this will be a short one. We can do short episodes
for sure. Thanks for tuning on that with me.
Yes. Now whenever I'm going to be taking pictures, I'm going to be thinking about this.
Yes.
And I'm going to be like, do I take it or not?
No, it's
do
true.
I put it away? Do I enjoy
it?
Or
next time, just look at other people around you, like on the bus, on their phones, and just think about like how they're trying to capture something, like whatever they're trying to capture, and then instead of you capturing what they're capturing, you capture them.
Dang.
And that's like just an interesting experience. Captureception. I don't know what to call it. Anyway.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you for listening.
See you next. Take care.